Travis, I guess the downside is you don't have Mike Cobbins for a few games, but the upside is you get a closer look at some of those other big men.
No question. Michael Cobbins changes our team when he's in the game. Or in practice or whatever it is. We're a totally different team with him in there. With that said, no, I've not been overly happy with our 5 men at this point. So I'm anxious to see if they respond from the last 2 or 3 days of practice. I will say this: Mitchell Solomon's really stepped up and had 2 or 3 of the best days of practice he's had. Very excited about him. Socek has been a little injured, banged up a little bit. And Anthony Allen continues to get better, but we still need more from him. So, yeah, opportunities for these guys are there. And again, I like what I'm seeing out of a few of them, but it's hard to replace a guy that's been here for 4 or 5 years.
Anthony Allen just mentioned that one of the biggest things coming here that he's learned is really not to take any plays off compared to where he used to be. Do you see that developing since when he first got here?
It's getting better. It's getting better. And it is, and I understand. I understood for 3 or 4 weeks. Now I told him I'm not going to understand as much. But for the first month, I understand. You're 7'1". You've used to being able just to stand underneath the basket, block shots, and rebound. It's been easy for you, so I get that. But now we're starting the season. We need him to affect the game. We need him to get rebounds and defend and do multiple effort executions. So. We have high expectations for him. He is getting better, I will say that. I think he's got a very bright future. What we've got to do is continue to prepare him every day and hopefully have him ready to go where we think he can be by Big 12 play. And that's going to be, he's got to get minutes. But in order to get big minutes, he's going to have to earn them. But we need him to get in there and play. I played him the most minutes in the exhibition game, the most. I did that for a reason. He needs to play. But we don't have a schedule that lends to somebody I can just throw guys out there and let them get just fun minutes. So he's going to have to earn his minutes, but we do need him to get in there.
In some ways, with a guy like him, tomorrow night, is Cobbins like a fifth coach when he comes to the bench?
Yeah, he's great. He's tremendous. He helps these guys out every day. And, again, we're a different basketball team. We're a different basketball team when he's in there, plain and simple. But hopefully we can survive without him here for a couple of games. And I do think if we can, it'd be worth it because, we do get some other guys some opportunities because we have to do it.
How has Merritt come along just in the past year?
He's had his moments since last year coming back after he went home for summer break. He came back in the best shape of his life and probably was the best player in preseason workouts as far as improvement and just a guy who we were so high on. Then he had a few injuries here and there, pulled a hamstring, that set him back. Then once he got over that, after a month and a half, ever how long it took him, he got back to playing. Okay, all right, now here's a guy who's really going to help us. I've even started him in the exhibition game and different things like that. Now he's gotten hurt again and hasn't had a good week. Hasn't had a good week.
The early Friday to Sunday turnaround, was that just you had to schedule it?
It was
that way,
designed for Michael
strategic?
Cobbins. No, it was strategic, 100%. All this, I would never have played 6 games in 12 days. But we had to get at that time. We thought it could possibly be 4. And we wanted to get those 4 games out of the way before we got to Las Vegas. And now he'll at least get 1 game in before we head out there, so that's good. But no, it was strategically done. It's not the greatest scenario, but then it could be. The more you look at it, I know our guys are tired of practicing and. We'll learn on the fly here. It's not going to be pretty, everything we do. We just need to keep getting better.
You win games. I mean, it's postseason. You at least know it's a different level of competition, but you at least know you can play that many games in that.
Yeah, there's good. After today, there's not many more practice days left for the next 2 weeks. As far as practicing, they'll all be designed to prepare for the game. So, in that aspect, I think they'll get some valuable experience.
Socek's playing well. What do you think is your ideal role for him?
His ideal role, offensively, he's as good as we have at the 5 position, and he can move to the 4 because he's skilled offensively. He has a little bit of trouble guarding a skilled 4, but he's a 5-man who can get in there and he understands everything we're doing. That's not a problem on both ends. Fully grasped, very smart basketball player. But he's got to defend much better. He's got to rebound much better. And he's got to run the court much better. Now, when he was healthy, he was doing all that. He was great on offense and holding his own rebounding, holding his own defensively. and he was running the court. But he's been injured too much, and when he gets injured, he's got to come back quicker. And the season's here now, so we need him to play. If he's healthy and he's playing to the ability we've seen him play at times, he's definitely has a role on this basketball team and can play consistent minutes every game. But when he gets hurt and he's out, he's not responded very well to that.